Now that I have a Wii U, I can finally catch up on some of the Wii titles I've missed over the past 8 years. At the top of my list is Sonic Colors, a 2010 release that never found its way to my beloved Xbox 360. I knew this game had received a lot of praise upon release, but that wasn't enough to get me to buy a Wii. So with that, I'm finally diving in. Keep in mind I'm playing these late Sonic titles out of order, having already experienced Sonic Generations and Sonic Lost World. Sonic Colors is the game that got Sonic back on track after a decade of 3D missteps. For starters, the story is light and fun to watch. Eggman has started his own interstellar amusement park. Sonic and Tails decide to check things out, only to realize that Eggman is up to no good. From here, Sonic is off to stop him from his evil plans. The whole story plays out like a classic 90s cartoon. The voice acting is great, and the one-liners are a welcome change compared to the melodramatic tones of his past 3D outings. You only play as Sonic, and the only hero to accompany him on his journey is Tails. As far as the villains, it's just Eggman and a pair of sidekicks. That's it. 2 main characters, 3 side characters. It's about time. The main world screen shows off Eggman's amusement park along with the various planets he has captured and chained to his park. The amusement park itself, along with the chained planets, are the main hub of the game. The planets offer wonderful landscapes for the level designers to really get creative. Some of the levels feature realistic settings such as resorts, a lush grassy planet, and an aquarium. Others, a more fantasy setting, including a roller coaster linking asteroids together, a planet made up almost entirely of junk food, and a laser light show. It's seriously enjoyable, and just seeing what's next contributes greatly to the fun. Despite the Wii being limited to 480p resolution, the graphics hold up surprisingly well on modern large televisions. Sure, some things look more pixelated than they should for a 2010 release, but the sheer vibrancy and detail of each level help mask the lack of resolution. All of the little things are done correctly. As Sonic reaches max speed, the music starts to sound distanced, as if Sonic has broken the sound barrier. When underwater, the music gets muffled. Sonic stretches before the beginning of each level, as if he's preparing for the marathon lying ahead. This type of attention to detail really sucks you into the game and the worlds presented. When you begin the game for the first time, you know you are in for a treat. It's immediately obvious this game is a vast departure from the failures of the past. The control issues, camera issues, collision problems, and level glitches are completely gone.
It seems an evil man, and you might know him, who they call Baldy Nosehair.
Baldy Nosehair? That's the best thing I've heard all day!
The 3D style sections of Sonic Colors put you behind Sonic as he blazes a trail forward, and yet avoids any awkward wandering around trying to figure out where to go next. There are a few head-scratching moments where the game wants you to drift around corners that I could have lived without, but generally speaking, the levels feel really cohesive. The 2D style segments comprise a majority of the gameplay, and I was absolutely stoked that the developers allowed Sonic to play around in his natural habitat. Here, you get to put your platforming chops to the test, going through loops, bouncing off springs, and solving light puzzles. Sonic Colors switches seamlessly between the 2D and 3D level styles, and it never feels jarring. There's a flow to the levels and the different gameplay mechanics that is just hard to put into words. It's poetry. Everything just feels right. The Wisps, which have since been featured in both Sonic Generations and Sonic Lost World, originated in Sonic Colors. Eggman's space amusement park is inhabited by little aliens called Wisps. There are 8 different Wisp species, and each has a different power. Eggman captures them as an energy source for the park, as well as his weapon to take over the world. Throughout the levels are encapsulated Wisps that Sonic can break and then temporarily use their powers. The game introduces each type one at a time, so on the first couple stages you'll see silhouettes of Wisp capsules that you cannot break. But once you unlock that type later in the game, you can revisit earlier levels to discover new areas. The Wisps themselves give Sonic new powers and generally don't break the flow of the game. One wisp will turn Sonic into a pink saw, allowing him to run up walls and ceilings while destroying certain blocks. Another turns Sonic into a jumping shark creature that gains in size as you crush everything in your path. Another turns him into a rocket to scale a nearly completely vertical level. While I thought the wisps were tacked on in Lost World, in Colors they feel like an integral part of the game. In all seriousness, this is probably my favorite 3D Sonic title since the original Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. It edges past Sonic Generations as it doesn't require you to do any side quests to advance the story, and its gameplay is a bit more focused than the sometimes inconsistent Sonic Lost World. The tight controls, creative amusement park landscape, lighthearted story, brilliant soundtrack, and cohesive level design really pull this whole title together. Not only is Colors a brilliant Sonic title, it's a brilliant game period. I haven't been this surprised by a game in quite some time, and I came into it with lofty expectations. This is one of the few modern games that I can sit down and play from start to finish. It's that good.